Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome to Valhelsia 5, brand new pack just released today, which is the 16th of October. So yeah, very excited to jump in here. Obviously the pack is under development. It'll give you a warning there right at the start of the game as well that it is just a beta and not yet complete. Bugs will be present. Go to their Discord to report anything there if you want. You just click on that there and it'll take you to the Discord. So I've jumped into the world and got it pre-generated here. I played a little bit on a test world first, so I got a little bit of a handle of what's going on generally, and this was a really interesting spawn on the second world, so I was going to start taking it from here because this is going to be an interesting start getting down from this first tree. So I'll bring you back once I get down to the bottom, down to the ground level somewhere a little bit more normal-ish. But I do like that I have a little bit of an ocean start here because we'd like to grab something out of the ocean chests, sunken ships, and buried treasure, etc. So that's what I'll be going for initially here. So we'll bring you back in a few seconds here. All right, we got down from that big redwood tree there, a little bit of a pain in the butt. Took a little bit of fall damage, but it was negated by the initial little bits of flying fish. Yes, lots of mob based mods in here, so expect to see lots of nice mobs, Alex's mobs, etc., in the pack. And we do start off with a couple of books there, an animal dictionary from Alex's, and then the worn notebook from Ars Nouveau, which might be one of the first things I look to get going on initially, but we'll have to see. So I'm just gonna paddle around here a bit and look for a sunken ship, which I see straight ahead of me, I think, unless that's terrain generation. Yeah, it's just terrain generation. But one of the things I love doing in Minecraft, especially in the later versions here, is just cruising around the world and looking at some of the generation, because it's actually really come a long way since the old days. So I definitely do appreciate that. So yeah, put you on a quick pause while we take a look around and see if I can't find anything interesting. Looks like we've got a little bit of underwater ruins here. Dive down and take a look and see what kind of loot we can get. Middle click does not work in there, so that's unfortunate. But there is at least the sort button, so if you're quick enough, you can get it done. Didn't take any time to look at what we were getting there, obviously, because there was a drowned on my butt, and we were underwater. So we'll take a look later there when we're sorting through things. But yeah, not a whole heck of a lot on that initial area there. I just kind of went around the whole island, came through this little river and back out the other side. So marked my spawn in case I ever want to go back there for chunk loading purposes. Although I imagine usually in modded Minecraft you don't need to have that because you've got chunk loaders, etc. But you never can always sometimes tell, as I like to say. We've got terrain there. And what is this thing here? I am so bad at doing this. Finding that little cheaty spot in the water where you can see. Probably because I need my mouse sensitivity changed, but... I saw something, and I'm going to point it out here. There was a drowned riding a mob. See it right there? See if I can't get down here to show you. So there is a ship there, but you can see it in the background. And my test world there wasn't a drowned riding on it, but that little sailfish skeleton thing there is pretty nasty and definitely killed me a couple of times trying to get into the ship. So just be forewarned that this is probably a suicide mission, but we're not too far from the spawn, which has lots of wood in it anyway, so let's dive in there and find out. Alright, I didn't seem to get chased too far, and it was a sideways ship, which I have horrible time navigating them. Let's pop over to this other ruined temple, underwater temple, and see if we can't find something. Oh, I heard a trident. That means we leave. Post haste. Ocean exploration right off the hop is always super fun. Mostly sketchy, but that is what it is. And I've spent so much time paddling around, I don't even have a bed yet, but not to worry because we're on the water anyways. So I'll just keep circling around. Maybe we'll find a village where I can grab a quick bed, or just keep paddling through the night looking for things in the water here. The one thing that you do have to note in Valhelsia is on the first night of your spawn, so I think even on a server, if it's still classified as your first night, it won't let you sleep right at sunset. You've got to last like a couple of hours, aka a minute or two, or 2.5 minutes, whatever, in the darkness before it lets you sleep. So just be aware of that. If the first one I was in a village, so it was no problem, right? I just closed the door and sat in there until I could sleep. But if you're out in the wilderness and you want to sleep right at sunset, you're going to have to make sure you're a little bit safe from some of the spawns, because they've added that in there. 119 underwater caves. Amazing as always. And what do we have over here? Just terrain. It looks like... Am I going around in big circles? Yes, I am. But that's fine. See, there we go. There's some Alex's mobs. Jumpy, jumpy. Nice little orca there. Anyways, we'll throw this on a pause while I paddle through the night, and we'll bring you back again. So this is a really nice forest. It's from the these are all Ars Nouveau trees, and I think if we come up here, it's going to be called an Archwood forest. That's the one. But it does have a lot of these magical lights in it, so I think for me, for now, this is going to be a good place to jump out of the boat and run around a bit. It's not very big now, is it? Yeah, looking on the mini-map there, it is not. Don't know what this guy is. A bastion fruit. I wonder if that's new. I've not done a lot of R's in my time, but I've watched a lot of other people do R's, and I've not seen that before, so I'm not quite sure what that guy is all about. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out there. I think that's pretty nice looking. So what did we get? Micro missiles from Pneumaticraft. Okay. I got a helmet at some point. Alleviating. If we do this, we should be able to... Oh, we don't have the mod in here which tells us what these mysterious enchants do. Let's switch to a stone axe. From that wooden one I built to get out of that initial tree. A reforming. Okay. Oh, I got a better helmet, obviously. The compressed iron, if you find a bunch of this stuff, that's really decent starting armor, absolutely. I'll did I leave my boat in the water? I left my boat in the water. No, am I blind? I'm blind. That's all. Alright, back to exploring. So looking at the mini-map here, I totally missed it when I was coming past it. I think it's because it's up a hill, but there's a real village-looking type thing up here, but I can already tell that this is an abandoned mine colony and not a vanilla Minecraft village. I'll take you all up there and we'll have a look-see, but there's generally not too much exciting up there. You can't take the buildings until you claim the colony, and you'll need to build the starting, what's it called? Supply ship or a supply post? Forget exactly what they're called. Supply camp, those are the things. One takes a bunch of boats and the other, I think, a bunch of chests. So it's just a little bit wood intensive is all, and typically a big pain in the butt to try and get planted down, but aside from that, they can be got a good bit of resources for you if you do build them. And if I can find a way up here. There seemed to be plenty of light, so should be safe from the mobs, especially with the way 119 lighting works and mob spawning in these. So because mobs can only spawn in complete darkness in the newer versions now, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, this is definitely, with all of these modded pathways, the abandoned mine colony type structure. And we got a baby on our butt. But yeah, so I think if I get to the end of this, it's going to... No, this needs an axe. If I try to finish breaking this, it'll say that I can't break it, but we'll leave it and see. I've found these in other 119 and 118 plays, so... Oh, it did actually let me have it. Surprise. So yeah, I need a town hall even before we're allowed to place that. But I don't think we're gonna find anything of use at all in this kind of area. Maybe if I had a sword, we could get some string from some of the cobwebs. And, you know, just basic things like furnaces and crafting tables. Nothing super useful by any stretch. So these are generally a waste of your time to come out. Now that was an Ars Nouveau, or an Ars bad guy on my butt there. Which I'm just going to run away from for now. Yeah, see, there's just pretty much nothing at all in these villages, so if you see them and you know how to recognize them, don't waste your time unless you're... Oh, you're still... You're still coming at me? Okay. Well, now I do need to get some food, so I'll have to try and prioritize that. Let's do this though and grab a little bit of string. Just because we can, and that's pretty much about the only useful thing that we can find in here early game. Obviously, if you're doing mine colonies, you can come into these and get a whole bunch of free buildings, because you can break them, unlike what I thought earlier. So they are useful for something a little bit later on, but definitely not at this stage in the game. All right, and how am I going to get food? I should be looking for cows because we're going to want to make a backpack real quick. So let's abandon the mine or the water exploration. Looks like we got a building there. Random buildings in the middle of nowhere aren't exactly my cup of tea. There's a ruined nether portal, but I don't need a bunch of gold. There could be something good there, but not something I'm going to go out of my way to go find. And yeah, let's go looking for some cows and doing a little bit more exploration. So I had spotted on the map another one of these buildings out in the middle of nowhere. I do think that this is one of the Illager Hunter buildings. So these got... Oh, there's a bear and I'm near its baby. That's not good. Sometimes they attack immediately, but sometimes they give you, sometimes they give you a little bit of a chance. But seeing that target there, I do know that this is absolutely one of those Illager Hunter buildings, but can be good for a little bit of arrows and you can hear the Illager sounds in there. Oh, there he is. We're just gonna valiantly run away here. Bravely run away, like Sir Robin. Haven't been so lucky on finding a lot of cows. Found some pigs and some chickens, and obviously not sheep yet, but so getting a little bit unlucky on some of the vanilla mobs. That's an ominous forest. I just went over and checked it out quickly. I didn't like the name of it, so I didn't explore it too much. This is a little bit better landscape for looking around. Inside the spruce forest I was exploring initially, we found a bunch of source berries, which if you're going to do ours, you need those a little bit earlier on. So I grabbed a few of those. I think you can just plant these just like a sweet berry, right? Oh, you can't even plant a sweet berry anymore? Interesting. There's an orca. Black sheep. A couple of sheep here. I've got 4 strings, so I should be able to make a bed now. I didn't get the important thing. I don't need that anymore. Alright, we should have enough to make a bed now, so I think that I am sorted. This is oil, and it acts really weird. Yeah, if we can go down in it, you can see through it really clearly, and I think it flows normally like a liquid, but this is used in immersive engineering, one of the main tech mods that we have in the pack right now. Well, we're finding lots of sheep. I don't have to waste my string, even though I already have a fishing rod. Don't need that. Yeah, that goes into the hotbar priority. I don't like that. But this is the second night now, so I should be able to sleep immediately. Yep, there we go. So I think that's where we're going to wrap it up today. We're getting a little bit longer, but yeah, initial exploration. Just be aware that ocean exploration is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes you can, if you find one of the... I don't know about the orcas, but I know the sperm whales are... there's one. He's just... Oh, he despawned. But the sperm whales are hostile towards neutral mobs. and you might be able to use it to kill that skeleton fish. If you've got one, if you find a sunken ship and you want to go and loot it, then maybe that's a way to get rid of that little guy. But I think that they despawn after they kill you. I'm not too sure, but I noticed the first time I died there in my test worlds, that when I went back to get my body, that fish wasn't around any longer, and there wasn't any whale around. The second time there was a sperm whale around, so I'm not 100% sure on how the mechanics of that all work. But yeah, I do appreciate you all for checking out the episodes, and we will see you in the next one.